spy gear. It's cool no matter which way you slice it. And today, I'm going to show you how to get your hands on a little piece of it. Check it out. Hey everyone, this is Things You Might Like. My name is Mike, and today I'm going to show you how to turn your smartwatch into a piece of spy equipment. So I consider myself as someone who definitely has a healthy amount of suspicion. For example, a guy in a truck came over the other day and asked to get into my backyard to work on my internet. And let's just say he experienced more questions than he was probably bargaining for. In the end, it was all legit, but I just had to make sure. So I tend to be that kind of person. So this is something that I find I use all the time. Now you're gonna need three things. The first one is an app that can record audio that also works with Android Wear. Now I use one simply called Audio Recorder. It's simple, it's fast, and I like it. I went ahead and got the paid version. It's a few bucks, but it gives you a lot of features, especially through your smartwatch that I'll talk about in a minute, that make it much more powerful and really makes this worth it. The second thing you're gonna need is a smartwatch. Now, I opt to use the Moto360 Sport for a lot of reasons that maybe I'll cover in another video, but in this case, the microphone on it works really well, and for this application, it just turns out to be a great companion to the app. The third thing that is optional is a good watch face. I use one called Husky Dev because I like the quick app launch options from the face, and so that's how I can get into this app really quickly. So, now that you have these three ingredients, essentially what you have for yourself is a portable yet discreet audio recording device. Now to the tinfoil hat side of things. The reason I really like this is because I like to just have information. I'm someone who I have dash cams in both of our cars because should anything happen, I just want that insurance for myself. Now here's a bit of a disclaimer. I'm not an attorney, I don't have any legal precedents whatsoever, but my understanding is that at least where I'm at in Colorado, it is considered what's called a single consent state, where as long as one person in the conversation gives consent for that conversation to be recorded, then you're good to go. And from what I understand, that's really common in a lot of states, but please check your local laws so that you don't get sued by anyone, and more importantly, so I don't get sued. So go ahead and do that. Now that we've got that out of the way, some ideas about where this can be used. Perhaps you're going to do a Craigslist deal and you don't want to obviously record what's happening, so maybe you record it on your watch so you can just capture audio in case you get ripped off. Perhaps you could use it for a work meeting. I used it for when I got pulled over before because I just wanted to make sure I had a record in case anything were to happen. Tinfoil hat. Or you can use it in class to record a speech. Now keep in mind this will accelerate the drain on your battery, so it's not going to be good for anything longer than, I would say, up to an hour and a half is probably the max I've ever gone, but hopefully that's sufficient for most of the needs that you have. All right, now let's jump into how this thing actually works.
All right, so we're going to start off in the Google Play Store, and what you want to search for is the Wear Audio Recorder. So this guy right up here. And obviously I already have it, and then you go ahead and download it. So we're going to jump right into the app itself, and I'm going to walk you through some of the features it has. It'll show the list of recordings here. Once it records on the watch and it syncs, it will automatically be removed off the watch and sent to your phone. If you go down to the quick settings, this is where you have the phone and the watch option. Now here you can choose what kind of compression you want to do. If you want to do audio versus, or no compression versus voice versus music. Then the audio quality, I keep mine on good, seems to do pretty well. I probably should try high sometime. This is going to be a ×5 audio gain, so that if I'm in a larger room, need to record someone from farther away, I can still pick them up. Now these three options I haven't tried yet, and I'm curious to try them. Feel free to comment down below if you've tried them before and what kind of results that you have. The skip silence, echo suppression, and noise suppression. So I think it's really neat that those are included. Okay, now we're going to move over to the watch face. This watch face is called Husky Dev Classic, and I like it for the quick app launch options. Now what I have set up through the app is that when I open the app on the watch, it will immediately start recording. So if I click the button, it's already into the recording. And I really like this because it's just one less step that I have to do, so I know I can capture as much as possible. Now I'll go ahead and pause this guy And what's really neat is how quickly it syncs. So if I accept the file, I can hit the button with my fat fingers, and now it is synced to my phone. So what I'll do this time is I'm going to start a recording, and when I start, so you can get an idea of the audio quality, I will switch over to the audio from the watch itself, and then you can get an idea of what kind of quality you're getting. So here we go. Alright, so now this is the audio directly from the watch. So I'm going to set it down on the table. Right now my face is about 18 inches from the watch, and so this is what you can expect. And it sounds pretty good even if it's on your wrist. It's fairly indiscriminate of position as long as it's not covered up. So I'm going to do a couple examples of the ranges that you might use this watch. So this is at about 5 feet away. I'm talking normal conversational volume, and it's a little awkward because I'm all by myself talking to my watch, but hey, that's just kind of part of it. Now I am about 10 feet away, trying to keep at a normal volume. One thing that I've noticed with the recordings, when they get farther, you can still hear everything. It's fairly clear. You get some, not so much static, but just some background noise from the room that you're in, but that can be easily cleared out, and you can still hear exactly what people are saying, which is the most important part. Or so, speaking up a little bit louder as if to me from across the room, and it still comes through pretty well. You can understand exactly what I'm saying. Sure, there might be a little bit of a background noise, but again, that's easily filtered out or cleaned up if you really want to use this recording and you don't want to have any of that background noise. Alright, in this last part I'm going to demonstrate my favorite part that makes me feel most spy-esque. And that is, once you start a recording, you leave it open, and you don't have to have this open because that's rather conspicuous. So if we go back to the main screen, you just swipe this down, and nobody's the wiser to the fact that you're able to record the conversation, which is sneaky, but also really cool. And we'll just go ahead and stop that. And that wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this project as cool as I did, and if you did, go ahead and throw me a like on the video, and be sure to subscribe so you can see more videos like this where I check out products, projects, and anything that can become a part of your everyday life. My name is Mike, this is Things You Might Like, and I'll see you with my next cool thing.